What's up, people? Coming back again with another deck profile.
What's up?
And this is after Extreme 4 is released, and it's the first time Electromite is legal to be played. And what did you do, Cody?
I went undefeated at a box tourney.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, and next level game. We had a box tournament, and he went undefeated. What were your matchups?
I played against Cosmo True Kings, Gem Knight, FTK, Spiral, and another Spiral.
Awesome. And was one of them Stephen Lau?
Yes, he was.
That was beautiful. Awesome. All right, let's get into the deck profile. Let's see what you played and tell us why you played it.
No worries. So we've got, first up, best card in the deck. Reason this deck's good now.
You've been around.
Sorry. There we go. 3 Astrograph. You resolve this about 20 times a turn and it wins your games. Pretty much it. Chronograph. This is like the second best card in the deck. You can summon all your magicians off it, and it's nuts. Like, I've summoned Pendulum Sorcerer like a couple of times, and it's won me the game because I can just go +3 off it, and it makes Naruto. It's awesome.
You can just put in the scales, both Astrograph
Yeah.
and Chronograph, and you can just go straight into Electromite.
I didn't do that much, but when I did, it helped. It helped a lot. Yeah. So next to the actual magicians, so 3 Wisdom. Astrograph makes this so much better. Playing 3 now, so it's really good. Yeah, it's just staple stuff. 3 Joker, searches everything. Pretty much it.
These are all the best cards in the deck, yeah?
Yeah. Next to the engine bits. So Purple Poison, I've found myself putting Purple Poison in scale more than Oath today, because just getting rid of something on the field is just, it's so good right now. Spot removal is too good. And it puts another threat on the board when your opponent wants to push for a game or something like that. So it's pretty good. 3 Harmonizing. You summon this when you've basically won already and you make a rank 4. Pretty much it. You could cut this to 2 if you want. It's good, but you know, it's not needed as much anymore. 3 Double Iris, Heart and Soul deck.
I think this is what makes you win games, especially when you pop it.
Yeah, this is the real stuff right here. You pop this like 3 or 4 times a turn. You keep plussing off it with Astrograph, and you basically search all the targets you need during your first turn, and it's too good not to win.
And it's so easy to pop now because of Electromite.
Yeah, the combos with Electromite just make this card so good. Right?
Certain one you can just search a spell in your trap straight away.
Yeah, like
put pressure on the board.
Yeah. I'm running 2 Black Fang. I thought about running the White Fang, and then I found myself not needing White Fang as much. White Wing, sorry, yeah, White Wing. And Black Fang just came up more, and I thought, you know, might as well put it to 2. And yeah, this is too good. It helps going second, and it's a good extender. Helps you with a lot of your plays. Like, there was a time when I used Electromite to pop this and bring back I think it was Time Star, and it won me the game because I just put enough damage on board. Also, don't cut this. This is too good. 2 Oath Dragon. Ratio doesn't change because now there's actually a proper use for it in the form of overlay this with Chronograph, so to make Naruto, so you can put another negate on board.
Yeah.
It's just too good. It's good. Don't cut this. It's too good. Now for the hand traps, I was running 2 Ogre and 2 Ash. The reason I wasn't playing 3 Ash is because I was like, I lose the Spiral matchup sometimes if I don't have a hand trap, and I was finding myself thinking, oh, what's the most versatile hand trap out there besides Max C, of course. This just came up more often. Like, this won me games. You take monsters off the board, and you can push through them easier, push through their boards easier if you just take a monster off board or hit a critical spell or something. Ash was good, but like it always needed to be followed up with something, or else I was losing that game.
How did you feel Ash Blossom is with the Pendulum matchup?
Well, I haven't played it yet, but the Ash Blossom, it doesn't do enough. Is the point. Like,
is that how you feel as a Pendulum player?
Yeah, it doesn't do enough. It it stops, you know, your Joker or your Electromite Surge or something like that, or your one Astrograph. If they hit the right time, hit the right Astrograph, then it's like it's pretty good, but like it's not as effective as it used to be against Pendulums because you don't stop them anymore. They can still keep going. Onto the one-offs. So I'm running one 4-pound Pendulum Sorcerer. There's a few more targets in this deck that I'll show you later. It's good. It lets you play through a lot of stuff, baits out Ash. There's combos with Chronograph, like I said before, and it's just too good not to run. Like I cut it to 1 because there was more things to pop, other things in this deck now with Electromite being a thing, but it's still too good not to run right now. The 2 Gazer Magicians, these summon off the 2 best cards in the deck, and yeah, they're just there to make Electromite. But Time Gazer Magician did actually come up with its monster effect where it stops a destruction in your zone, so you can use it off. It makes your chap live. So yeah, it's pretty good. And the Perform Impel Draw Engine.
Did you enjoy it?
I thought this was awesome. It made a play, and I made my plays around it. So like if I drew a piece, I'd search for the other piece. I'd go out of my way to search it, and it always paid off. It's a draw 2. It's Pot of Greed. It's Pendulums as well. So if they're generally properly dead, they're under. They're not like level 5 or anything like the other ones. So you can just normal summon them and make Electromite that way. Onto the spells. So
Not playing Maxi?
I'm not playing Maxi. No, I had to cut it for some other core engine pieces.
Why do you think Maxi wasn't important?
See, like Max, I'm running Maxi in the side, but it's in the main. It's just it doesn't do enough right now. Like it's an unsearchable one of like it's a god card for sure, but it's not an engine piece. And sure, you can get to those engine pieces, but it's not an actual engine piece which you need right now. It may stop people, but it's not gonna advance your game state as much as your other engine pieces are going to. So.
Alright.
One of Pendulum Call. I think this is too good not to run right now. Like it wins the mirror. It baits out Ash. It does a lot of stuff. Like once you've baited out Ash or something, you do this and you just play normal Pendulum Magicians without Electromite, and it's nuts. Like I wouldn't cut this. Like it's too good. Star Pendulum Graph, just the one of. I cut this down to 1 because you know it's not as needed as much as before because there's so many ways to pop and get your plays going without you know needing this. Because generally you're searching this once, you only really need it once because you plus that much that you won't really need a second one to get going. I'm playing 2 Desires. Desires, it's a draw 2. Like people that are cutting it, I wouldn't. It's a draw 2. That's all you need to do. And last of the spells, 3 Duelist Alliance. It searches Pendulum Sorcerer, which I searched out way too much today. And Double Iris it's another Double Iris. It's stupid. And then 2 of Traps. Yeah.
Actually, why the deck's good.
Yeah. It's good. It's Strap Dragon, but better. Alright. So you want extra or side first?
Alright, we'll go with the extra.
Extra. So we've got 2 Electromite. Reason this deck's good now. It makes the deck. It does too much in this deck. There's so many plays that you can go off. Like if you get interrupted, you can still go on to another play because you have this card. It makes your deck so much better that I can't. It's just Electromite.
Electromite just broke the whole deck.
Yeah, it's points downwards. It's 2 Pendulum monsters. That's enough. Like if it stopped there, then you know,
Yeah.
deck's still good. I was playing the one of Underclock Taker. This is sort of like a combo. You can link off your 2 Electromites when they're dead, or you can link off your Electromite and the Absolute to make Duko Talker. So you can summon the Vortex from your extra deck. So yeah, it's a combo piece, and the attack. So the actual effect came up once where I had to beat over the Cosmo player because I couldn't target one of his stuff, so I made him float, and I put his Slip Rider down to nothing, and I double attack the game. So.
Or did you use that along with Double Iris?
Yeah, along with Double Iris.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the fusions. So we've got Vortex Dragon. It's a combo piece of Absolute Dragon. It says negate, so you should run it. Starving Venom. I like this a lot, more than a lot of the other cards that people are just starting to put in now. Because this is a 3rd Electromite, it is a 2nd Ignistar, it is another Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, which is almost comes up sometimes, and that's all she wrote really. Like it's not much else to say. It can also be a 2nd Omega, which is kind of cool. Onto the Synchros, we got Ignistar. It's Ignistar. Shuffle stuff. Kind of cool. Spring King Dragon Clearwing. It's Regeki. Didn't make this today. It's good in theory. Don't cut it. It's good. Omega made this once today. It was okay when I made it. It put another body on board, and it was enough for game. So yeah, it's good. I wouldn't run the 2nd Omega because space is so tight right now. Like you could run the 2nd Omega instead of the Starving Venom, but it's not worth it in my opinion because of the versatility that you can get out of Starving Venom. So yeah. Onto the Xyz. So we got Naruto. This makes your Chrono play really good. Like it makes it so you can have 2 negates instead of 1 on board. So it's too good not to run. It negates a spell. It stops evenly. You know, they have to bait this out before they go for evenly or something. So it's really good. It's really good. Absolute. I didn't actually use the monster effect, sadly, but it does come up, and yeah, it's mainly just here to get to Vortex. So onto rank 4s, so we got Baguska. It's too good. You can put this onto your link board or something when you're stuck, or if they stop you at Electromite or something, you can just put this up, and they struggle to get over it. You know. Tornado Dragon, staple rank 4. Time Star, I wouldn't cut this. It's still good. Like if you struggle to get a piece or something with your combo, you can search it out. You can go out of your way. You can also link this off and bring it back with Black Fang, which I found myself doing a little bit. But yeah, it's still good. It's still good. And the last one, Supreme King Dragon Rebellion. I had to cut Utopia for this, so I could put in Electromites and Underclock Takers and whatever. So it was good. It was good. Onto the side deck now. So the going second cards, we've got 2 evenly matched. I didn't side this in once today. I didn't think it was needed. It was good in theory, but like I didn't find myself in it. So Dark Hole Regeki, clear boards. Enough said. It says destroy monsters. Maxi, God card. Side this in going second because you know if you draw it, it's all G, but if you don't draw it, it's fine too. It's a blank card. Spell Shatterings. This is mainly for Spiral and Pendulum. Like you pop their resort or like their last resort or something, and it's you can clear your board from there onwards. And also deals damage. Like it's kind of dumb. It's really good in the scales, hitting the scales from Pendulum Mirror. So it's too good not to do. Going first. We got 2 unending. I didn't type this in because I didn't see the pendulum mirror. This is mainly just for that. It's auto. It's a wing condition. Yeah, it's too good. I decided to sight in 2 strikes. I sighted this in a couple of times, but it never came up. Didn't see it. So like, but in theory, it's the fact that you can just stop their helix or their electromite from going off, and you keep them under check, where you can keep your board where it is, and yeah, it's too good. It's too good. For the mirror, I had 2 wavering eyes and 2 cyclone. Wavering eyes is like it's God card. That's about it. And cosmic is it hits the trap, and yeah, it's too good. It's too good.
Alrighty, thanks Cody. And that's it. Any last words? Any shout out?
Play pendulums, and thank you for giving me my electrums, Chris.
No worries, buddy. Alright, catch you later.
Cheers.